Hey everybody, this is Tom from Free State Less Lethal, and I'm back for another installment of Let's Mess with our First Strike FSC. So I recently got me one of these First Strike FSCs. The FSC stands for, as we probably already know, First Strike Compact. And the way it comes, it is fairly small, but I've done kind of a few things to it that it no longer is very small. I put a longer barrel on it. I've added this compensator at the front so that I can mount a flashlight slash laser right under here. And internally, I have bypassed the regulator. I've basically removed all the guts of the regulator, and I've deleted the PRV by putting a set screw in the PRV. Information on all those modifications is easily available on the internet, but if you have any questions about doing those things, just let me know. Put them in the comments. But so today I am going to be testing power from two different air tanks. So these are both 13 cubic inch HPA tanks. This one is rated at 850 output, 850 psi output, and this one is 1000 psi output, and I've verified that, and they're close enough that we can call them 850 and 1000. And I'm going to shoot this today with these two tanks, and I'm going to be using Grimberg Joules, 8 gram, and we're going to run them over the chronograph, and we're going to see what kind of power we get. So let's do that. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention is that I also added to this rear-mounted ASA, and if you turn it over on the other side, it does have an on-off built into it. So this way we can run an HPA bottle. Typically, this thing just has a CO2 cartridge in the grip along with the ammunition. They both are contained in the same magazine. But we're shooting with HPA, and again, this is the 850 psi output bottle, and we're going to see what kind of numbers we get over the chronograph. Let's set the camera up. Here you can see the screen of the chronograph. I'm going to air this up by there you go. Well, there's the click. Okay, we're going to be shooting into the trap over there. Put my laser on just to help me get my aim here. Zero out the chronograph here. All right, here we go, over the chronograph. Three 331. 329. 330. 330. 321. 325. 320. Okay, I think that was everything. Let's see what we got here. Yep, There's a dry fire. Okay, so we will come right back and we'll put on the 1000 psi. Okay, we are back and I have put on the 1000 psi output tank. And I've got 6 Grimberg Joules loaded up, and we're going to take some shots over the chronograph. Now, I just want to mention one thing that I did when installing this rear-mounted ASA. So it comes with, let's see if I can find it here. So it comes with, let's see if I can show it to you. See that little shiny metal piece? So that is the nipple that would extend down into your CO2 magazine. And the rear-mounted ASA comes with this nipple to replace the one that's in your FSC. And this nipple is solid. It does not have a hole in it. It's just solid. You'll see that there's no hole in the end of that nipple. I did not replace that. And normally you wouldn't be able to do that because as soon as you turn on the ASA, this rear-mounted ASA, it would start blowing air down into your magazine area. But I have an empty or a spent 12-gram CO2 cartridge in this magazine, so it prevents gas from escaping. Now, it works fine, and it's just a personal preference, but this is the way I like to do it. It allows me to still use, CO2 if I want to. And it also helps to purge the marker from any of the residual air that's still in the bolt or the air chamber. Because once you stop firing and you turn off the ASA, and maybe you've done a couple dry fires, there's still going to be air charging this bolt, and all you have to do is drop the magazine out, and all the residual air that's in here will be depleted. So that's the way I like to run it. Now, I'm not saying you should do it that way or you have to do it that way, but that's how I do it, and it works fine. So let's get this set up. We're going to do some shots over the chronograph again. Gonna air it up. One thing I noticed about the knob on this ASA is it's not, you have to turn it quite a bit. So it's almost like a turn and a half to get to engage the air. So it's not just a quick turn. All right, 1000 psi. Let's see how what kind of results we get. Gonna do my laser again. Help me aim. Sorry, folks, I didn't have that CO2 cartridge tightened down quite enough in the magazine, so I had to turn this screw a little bit more to get a good seal on it. $356. 355. 356. 355. I think that was our last one. 350. Let's just, yeah, that was a dry fire. All right. Well, definitely 1000 psi gives you more power, more than 850. I think anybody would have guessed that. You know, I guess it depends on where you want to run, what kind of power you want. But it's a good test. I think it shows us, you know, some good comparison numbers there. All right, everybody. Talk to you later.